Busch enters the Coca-Cola 600 race week without a contract for the 2023 season.
If JGR doesn't sign a high-dollar sponsor, they cannot afford to keep Kyle Busch.
You're getting antsy about it?
I'm not getting antsy about it. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Goodbye.
You know, with M&M's Mars leaving, the news is all about the sponsor.
I'm excited to announce that I'll be taking my talents to Welcome, North Carolina to drive the number 8 car for Richard Childress Racing starting in 2023.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
Kyle Busch, one of NASCAR's most decorated drivers, has now gone without a win since 2023. Let that sink in. This is the same driver who maintained a stunning 19-year streak of winning at least one race each season in NASCAR's top tier until 2024 broke that incredible run. After his disappointing showing at Homestead-Miami, Busch opened up about his feelings on Kevin Harvick's happy hour show, and his words hit hard. "It's tough," Busch told Harvick. "I mean, it was really hard last year going winless, first year ever in Cup Series competition. Not being able to score a victory was really hard." The 2025 season started with so much promise for Busch. He kicked things off with a P7 finish in Atlanta's Cup Series race and even dominated to win the Truck Series race there. The momentum continued building with impressive performances, P5 at COTA and P8 at Phoenix. It seemed like Rowdy was finally going to break out of his slump and return to glory. But then came Vegas. What started as a great qualifying position of P4 and even leading laps quickly turned into disaster when a tire came off mid-race, ending his day with a DNF at Sin City.
Kyle Busch at round, I'd say the total length.
Oh,
no,
loose wheel!
Look.
Tires off of it here. Tires off of it. Back it down. Come on, coming up top.
What an unbelievable start to this race with everything that has happened on pit road. Yeah, and that wheel will start sliding around on that hub, and then, like you say, Mike, it cuts it in half, and this wheel just comes off the right rear tire of Kyle Busch's car, and this is the thing that they have to clean up.
Miami was supposed to be his redemption. Instead, it became another nightmare. The Straight Talk Wireless 400 at Homestead-Miami was nothing short of disastrous for Busch. He qualified in P22 with a lap time of 32.369 seconds and a best speed of 166.826 miles per hour, already 0.387 seconds behind pole sitter Alex Bowman. But things got worse from there. Busch plummeted to finish Stage 1 in P32 behind Shane Van Gisbergen. The freefall continued in Stage 2, dropping another 2 spots to P34. While he managed to climb back to 21 by the race's end, this is not where a champion like Kyle Busch belongs. The situation was so bad that race leaders were complaining about how hard it was to lap him as he battled cars for 32nd place. The once dominant driver reduced to fighting for positions in the back of the pack. After the race, Busch didn't hide his frustration. He said, "Certainly wasn't the day we were looking for with our Bank OZK Chevrolet. We definitely missed the setup. Randall, Burnett, crew chief, and the guys kept working on it with every stop, and we were way better at the end. Appreciate the effort they put into it. We never gave up. We'll keep working on it." The problems at Homestead-Miami weren't isolated. Busch is coming off his worst season ever in 2024. His first winless season, lowest top 5s and top 10s since his rookie days, and a career low average finish of 18.3. And 2025 isn't looking much better so far. 6 races in, Busch's average finish stands at 18.0, barely an improvement over last year's dismal numbers. Several factors might be contributing to this shocking decline. Busch clearly stated they missed the setup at Miami. His car lacked pace from the start, and he knew it before the green flag even dropped. The absence of 2 key crew members, Jackman Joseph Moser and tire changer Shiloh Windsor, hurt Busch's chances. Both were serving suspensions due to the tire penalty from Vegas. Richard Childress Racing hasn't been giving Busch the competitive cars he needs. The once dominant team has been relying on Busch to restore their glory, but they've been winless since Gateway in 2023. What makes this situation even more heartbreaking is the emotional toll it's taking on Busch. He opened up about how he sees his struggles through his son's eyes. "I look through it through my son's eyes sometimes because he talks about how Owen Larson gets to go celebrate with tiny Kyle Larson, and when he wins and he gets to go run out on the racetrack and get a ride to victory lane and all that." That comparison hit even harder at Homestead-Miami. While Busch struggled, Kyle Larson dominated and took the checkered flag. As is tradition, Larson's son Owen came running onto the track to celebrate with his father, not just once, but twice that weekend, as Larson also won the Truck Series race. Busch continued, "And Brexton, when we were in our highs of 2015, 16, 17, 18, even some of 19, we won 4, 5, 6, 8 races a year in those years, and so he was too young to really kind of remember it and take part in those because he wasn't that perfect age of running out to the track, you know? Now that he's a little bit older, he wants to be a part of that, and I'm not winning as much." The pain in Busch's voice was clear. He further added, "It is tough. It's more tough on that. Probably for me feeling bad for him that he doesn't get to enjoy and that as much as I feel bad for me that I don't get to enjoy and being able to go to victory lane as much as I once did. Can you imagine how that feels? The winningest active driver in the sport unable to give his son those victory lane moments." In the midst of all this drama, Busch dropped a bombshell on social media. He posted, "News at 18:51 on Monday." What could this mysterious message mean? The NASCAR community is buzzing with theories. The numbers 18 and 51 aren't random. They hold special significance in Busch's career. 18 was his number during his championship years at Joe Gibbs Racing, and 51 has been significant throughout his career as well. Could this mean a return to Joe Gibbs Racing? Busch's contract with Richard Childress Racing ends after the 2025 season, and with his current performance, an extension seems unlikely. Is this a team change announcement? Or could it be something even more dramatic? Some fans fear it might be a retirement announcement, though that seems premature for the 39-year-old driver. Others speculate it could involve his son Brexton's racing career, which is ramping up despite him not even being 10 years old yet. Whatever it is, the timing couldn't be more intriguing given Busch's current struggles. Adding to Busch's challenges are his frustrations with the next-gen cars, especially on short tracks. Ahead of the Homestead-Miami race, he didn't hold back his opinions. Despite this criticism, Busch remains optimistic that teams will eventually figure out the car. Busch's frustrations extend beyond just the cars to the younger generation of drivers. In an interview with Kevin Harvick for FOX, he expressed disappointment with how racing culture has changed. "That was the Mark Martin era, the Jeff Gordon era, the Tony Stewart era. You were there, the Harvick era," Busch said. "That was a different era than what we're in today. People ask me all the time, like, why don't you take these kids under your wing and teach them and tell them? I'm like, we're in a completely different era now. There is no fixing what we've got going right now with everybody running over everybody. They would much rather crash than win a race. I don't get it." He specifically called out Carson Hocevar, revealing their issues date back years. This frustration boiled over in Atlanta when Busch exploded over the radio about Hocevar.